I don't know. I would like to see like Remembrance Square, to be honest, in the middle here.
Yeah, those are fun. Maybe the incant one. That one is crazy.
Two Black Knife Assassins.
Two Black Knife Assassins. Interesting. That's an interesting one.
Okay.
We have the Hero Grave. That is a common square that I've seen a lot in this bingo season. We got Sacred Flask. We got Somber 9, which is a great square for everything.
Yeah.
That really helped Aggie yesterday. Millicent Invader.
Not an early game here. Now, we have Dectus. Talismans you can kind of rush if you really, really wanted to. We have the 8 Limgrave bosses again. But I don't know, yeah. Overall, kind of a mid to late gamey, I would say. We have Liurnia bosses, 6 of them. We've got Morgoth's Great Rune, Moog's Sewer, Hero's Grave, Altus bosses. You know, we've got a lot of late game stuff here. Magnus.
Magnus.
Radon's
Great Rune.
Yeah, there's a lot. This is interesting. Okay, so in this case, honestly, this is where weapon choice is huge. And we see, as soon as I saw that, I knew NPT was going to take a second take on that. That is the Alabaster's Lord Sword, one of the best weapons in the game. So he's definitely going to be considering that. The stat line doesn't look too great on the Alabaster's Lord Sword. But it is still something worth considering. It does actually, you know what? Honestly, it's not that bad. You have a lot of health, 15 vigor. You've got some dex. You've got intelligence. You just need 7 more, I believe. You need 18 intelligence for that weapon. That's not a bad choice at all. I would go with that right away. And yeah, Pup is already hovering the same thing too. So, well, looking at a possibly similar class pick here.
Very exciting. I'm curious, you know, like when you're listening to music on shuffle and then sometimes you're like, why is it not actually shuffling? Do you ever feel like that about the bingo board? Like when Grafted Scion doesn't come on the screen for like weeks.
And all of a sudden it just appears 3 times, then no one does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also because like after a while, I don't know, here's like the weird thing. Is like the more you play, the more you recognize as well, you know? So even if like you have a playlist that has the same list of songs, if you keep shuffling, at some point it's going to do the same pattern. You'd be like, oh, I knew that was going to show up. You know what I mean? It's the same with like bingo. The more you play bingo,
shuffle.
You know? Oh, true shuffle? Yeah, what is that anyways? It's just a shuffle, isn't it?
Just like pure RNG. I just don't think that sometimes it doesn't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, isn't like shuffle, that's already RNG though, right? So, but what true shuffle is just an extra shuffle on top of the shuffle?
I don't know. It's fine. We don't have to discuss it.
Fair enough. Here we go. Going in. I really wonder what they're gonna go
so they
for.
went with the same class there. What is rushable? Did either of them start with cracked pots? I didn't see.
No, looks like Lance Between Rune here for... Oh, maybe Pup did. Doesn't seem that NPT did, though. Both starting with the same class. That nice little mushroom head. I think they have to be like 15 levels away to be using this weapon, but they could go for two-handing. So if they just focus on intelligence and dex, and then just two-hand the strength, they should be fine. But both of them obviously skipping Grafted Scion here because they don't have a wieldable weapon for that, which is a shame. It's still a shame. Not a single time have we had anybody actually try and contest Grafted Scion early on.
Yeah, very sad. We missed the early Scion fights. By the way, we do have 2 cave square, and we also have Spirit Ash Summon boss. So this is one of those things where it's like, are they going to just go rush 2 caves? Or are they going to wait until they go get the raw dog and then come back and then do Bofa and then do another cave? Which is good because of synergy, but then you also are maybe giving up that square if the other person rushes it. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they'll do.
Yeah, where's the priority, pretty much? I think in this case, honestly, it's going to be going for Millicent because she gives you money anyways. Go for the Millicent cheese, the baboosh, as we say. Into grabbing the Sombra 5 in the ravine after Millicent. That's what I would do anyways. So because you already have a Sombra weapon, might as well grab that Sombra 5. I would, however, in this case, I don't know. I would go for Seaside Ruins on the map instead, because that is closer to the teleporter, or the trap chest in this case. But yeah, because it's Somber 9's on the board anyways. Might as well go for that Somber 5 in the ravine.
Yeah, Somber 9 with a good weapon is like so good. And then you have Kill Mode, that'll be easy. You have the 6 Liurnia bosses, right? That'll be easy. We also have 8 Limgrave bosses, which we had yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I like the boss rushes. I said that yesterday. I like the boss rushes, and I especially like the boss rushes when the player is doing a lot of damage. So that would be cool to see. 8 Limgrave bosses goes with Spirit Ash and Cave and Grotto, obviously.
We have Sorry, go ahead.
And just because it was gonna say, like, one of those things where how long can you really sit on it?
Yeah, like, the thing that I think is kind of crazy, which I just noticed, was that we have 6 Altus bosses, 6 Liurnia, and 8 Limgrave.
Yeah.
So each region, pretty much, you have to go kill a bunch of bosses too. We don't have the Kaled one, surprisingly, on the board there, but that's still a lot of bosses to kind of deal with. But there's a lot of synergies that kind of work into that. You have Crucible Knights and Limgrave and in Liurnia. You've got you could do the Crucible Knight in Landell. You've got Bell-bearing Hunters that could play into that. Yeah. So there's some synergies going on, kind of like long distance synergies, but they're still there. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, a lot of these squares seem very like long game squares. Like I feel like we have a couple that are rushable, but I feel like there will be a lot where it will be many minutes on the board and not many squares on the board. So we'll see, I guess.
And we see already a completely different direction that both players are going here. NPT going for the Somber 1 and possibly going for Dectus. This is kind of the route of Dectus, I would say. Going for Fort Height. And it looks like Pup is going straight to Stormhill Shack, possibly Liurnia. Very different from the get-go.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw this yesterday. It's nice to see different paths and less snipes. Snipes are fun sometimes, I guess, because they build tension, but it's fun to see each player just doing their own thing sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's nice to see the different approaches on the same board, you know? It's like, okay, I see this board, I see 2 different things I could do. I'm going to go for one of them, and then the other one taking the other choice, and kind of seeing which one's more proficient, which one seems maybe a little bit faster, but in reality, the other one might be faster, you know, kind of like this back and forth. Or maybe it's just comfortability as well sometimes, where it's like, okay, I know how this square is supposed to work, so I'm going to do this first because I'm comfortable with that. And it looks like, Pup is going straight and rushing that Spirit Ash square, and that NPT is going for that Dectus square.
So Pup just grabbed that Ash there. What was that? I didn't even know there was a jellyfish group right there. Yeah,
Soldiers of Godric.
Okay,
is the Spirit Ash. Those 2 guys that show up, the one with the bow or crossbow and the one with the sword. So that's normally...
I have seen them do work on Bofa.
Yeah, it's like the weird thing, because I think NPT tested it the other day too, but he was having a little bit of a hard time with consistency. He said you did have a strat with it where we saw it the other matches where you kind of push Bofa against the wall and then have the other 2 soldiers kind of go to town. But sometimes I think we saw it in somebody else's match where they just kind of broke out of it. I think it was the Bree match. Or I think it was for Bree anyways, where she had them up against the wall, and then like one of them just decided to not attack and just get absolutely decimated by Bofa. So I don't know, like that strat definitely works, but it's a little scary because it doesn't seem 100% consistent is the thing.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe she knows what she's doing here.
All right, she's already trying to shove them towards the wall as much as she can. Having some of the soldiers ready to get some swings in, which is really nice. I think every single swing. This is already bad. That is okay. Luckily, that last hit did miss. That last hit does do the most amount of damage. So, but
it's nice that they stagger him with every hit.
Yeah, that's like the one good thing here. That's why you want them up against the wall so that they just keep swinging instead of backpedaling like that one guy is right now. But one of them is taking a little too much damage here, already way below half health. Just has to make sure.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, it's looking a little scary, but as long as they can alternate attacks between each other, they should be fine. Getting some decent damage here, both below half health now. Not bad at all. Nice swings, nice staggers. Keeping him in place.
The boss cannot get a hit in.
All right, now
Okay,
it's
well,
getting a
he
little
just
scary
did.
because they're both kind of pausing here, but looks like they're both kind of going in. Yeah, if they are two in sync, the soldiers, both can like in between get some hits in, and that's going to start like messing with the combo. But it looks like they are actually putting in all the work in possible. And one more. There we go.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That looked good.
Very nice.
She did not seem to sweat that at all. And
Yeah.
those spirit ashes are really good against this guy.
And it's a corner square too. This is huge for her.
And she gets a talisman out of it. So that was towards Limgrave bosses, cave and grotto dungeon, spirit ash only, talismans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of synergy
Wow,
there.
really, really great square.
Lots of synergy.
And then MPT is here working on the Dectus medallions.
Good old Celia town skip looking very nice.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those matches where they're both going to be playing perfectly, and then someone's going to make just like a small mistake, and that's just going to kind of turn into a one-sided match. Because we've had that a couple of times this season where, you know, both players are playing perfectly, but that one mistake kind of like just turns the tides and kind of changes the whole match.
Yeah, someone dies to something and then they're just so behind. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Okay, so she went for an upgrade, a little bit on strength to use the Alabaster's Lord Sword without the intelligence, which should be fine. Going for Soldier of Godric here as her second cave. And NPT should have Dectus here in just a moment. And he's grabbing Radigan's Source Seal on top of this, which is actually really good for him. First of all, it's a talisman. Second of all, it is 5 strength and 5 dex, which is going to be really good for this weapon.
Yeah, Papa, yesterday she also did Rick for the cave, and I mean she obviously likes it, and yeah, it's reliable, you know, you won't die. It is just a really long walk though.
Yeah, it looks like that NPT, by the way, pivoted off of the Dectus here real quick, going for Millicent. I think it is because he saw the whole Spirit Ashes only. He's like, okay, you know what? Let me go and grab this Millicent cheese real quick, because he expected, I guess, Pup to go for it. Is going to be like, okay, you know what? I have priority on Dectus, because if she went for Spirit Ashes, I definitely have a head start on that. I'm going to go for Millicent real quick, grab that square, and then go finish Dectus instead, which I think is definitely a really, really good idea here.
Yeah, I think so. But Millicent can definitely be kind of a menace, so we'll see.
Yeah, if we get lucky enough to just have her walk into the babooshes, it should be, I think, 2 babooshes to kill her. Very fast Soldier of Godric here.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying his best.
He is swinging as much as he can.
Yeah, he is.
This is actually really good, though, for Pup. You know, Road 2 not looking too bad. However,
Yeah,
Dectus
wow.
is already, you know, kind of confirmed here for NPT, so that's going to be a block on Road 2. But still, kind of a nice build-up at the very least.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure Pup expects that he would have gotten Dectus too. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that baboosh can do a lot here. He should get another explosion in just a second. There it is. That is Millicent Dunzo for NPT here. Go ahead and
Nice.
claim that square. Get money on top of that. And here's like the cool thing, I guess, if they do kind of play around that, is the mushroom hat. If you are poisoned or rotted, you get attack bonus. So
Oh, cool.
there is that little fun fact. If you have that hat
yeah.
and you poison yourself or rot yourself, you have bonus damage with that. But I don't think it's going to come too much into play in this match.
Yeah, very interesting. I didn't know that.
But yeah, it looks like, okay, where's NPT going to go for next? Maybe rushing Talisman? I'm not too sure. Yeah, he still hasn't finished Dectus, which is like a really, really weird thing. He knows that she rushed Ashes, so I think he still has like a little bit of a timer in his head. He's mentioned before that when he goes for a square and then he sees that a player has rushed a different square instead, that he kind of like puts a timer in his head of like, okay, how long did it take me because I rushed it? That's how much time they're going to have to take as well. So I can kind of go for other things in between that and then move back as soon as that timer is about to end, and then I'll finish that square to kind of maximize my time.
Yeah, that's a really interesting way to do it. Very scary though.
Yeah, it's a risky thing, but it works. It works.
If it works, it works, right? Yeah, it's just a little scary. I guess if you know it that well, then that's all you need.
Yep. Going for a Celia town skip here, possibly from Pup. And
What?
NPT is like, you know what, Alex, I was gonna go for the talisman here, but you're taking too much time.
He just leaves him. Interesting.
Eh.
Interesting. Just leaving him.
Just stay in the hole. I'll come
Wait,
back later.
Is he coming back up now? Why didn't he come out? Because he didn't talk to him, or just didn't hit him enough?
It's just he's not efficient in the weapon, so the weapen's bouncing off, so he's not dealing the amount of damage that he needs to like knock him out. Yeah.
Oh, so he literally can't knock him out.
He can. It just takes a lot longer. Like
Oh my
swings wise.
gosh.
That's all. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a little annoying.
Yeah, that bounce off was goofy looking.
But he can do a katana check here with the Black Knife Assassin as well. Okay, it looks like he's leveling strength real quick, just so he has the strength stats to wield the weapon and go back for Alexander then afterwards, and then pop him out.
There's Pup with her first try on that jump. Nice. The gamers were gaming, dude. There's been a lot of first tries on Celia skip recently.
Yeah. I think that's like one of those skips that you have to learn, I think, for bingo, to be honest.
Right. I think so too.
Everybody does it, and it's really... Okay. That is Dragon Scale Blade. Now, he has Alabaster's Lord Sword in his inventory, but also has Dragon Scale Blade as a katana check. That is something. That is a weapon. That is a weapon of all time, as they say. That is pretty much Dragon Halberd, but in katana form, and it's very, very strong.
Do you think it's better than the one they're currently using?
I don't know. That's a good. I feel like that's a debate question, if I'm being honest. Because
What about stat wise?
stat wise, the katana would be better because you don't need intelligence.
Okay.
But the thing with the katana is you do have the freeze lightning, which does give you more stats effect, where the alabaster doesn't have a stats effect. The thing about the alabaster and why it's so good is if you have the intelligence stat, on top of just the normal strength and dex, is that when you do a charged R2, it costs just as much as almost an R1. So you can really kind of play with your stamina a lot more. It's got really high poise damage. It's got a really solid R2 swing animation. It's a really, really good weapon. It has really high base damage. But Dragon Scale Blade having that Frost Lightning is really, really useful as well here. Pup grabbing the half the Dectus, by the way, and Redigan's Source Seal as one of her second talisman at this point. And here we go. Here's NPT now going for that other half the Dectus.
Dude, yeah, he knows.
Yeah, like I said, he has a timer in his head.
So cool, man. That is really, really, that's a cool strat. Like I mean, it makes sense, but it's hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah. It definitely is. That's why bingo is mentally exhausting, because you're trying to keep track of everything. It's like when you have to do like inventory at a store, but you're just doing everything in your head.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
There we go. Dectus on the board for NPT. Block on column. Block on row 2 and column 2 at this point.
But one of those things where going to Altus would be good anyway. So Pup getting it is not the most complete waste of time.
Yeah.
So not a huge problem for her, and she was probably expecting it anyway.
I think yeah, getting Altus or getting Dectus regardless is going to be good for her. Yeah, because we have a lot of Altus on the board, as we mentioned like in the beginning of looking at the board. You know, Morgott and Radon and everything, and 6 Altus bosses. Like Altus access is required regardless. So even if she does miss out, she still has the Radigan Source Seal, which is a talisman. So it's not a huge waste of time, and it plays into her stats too. So.
Right, exactly.
And both of them going for Black Knife Assassin, by the way, in the Death Touched Catacombs. Gives them another talisman, and then Alex gives them another talisman. I think this might be a talisman rush.
Yeah. Okay, MPT is going back now with enough damage.
Yeah, should be able to pop them out here with 2 charged R2s. There we go.
Nice.
Hello? Please, help me.
Alexander's so goofy.
I'm stuck. And here we go. Oh, okay, that damage isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
There we go. Pod friend. Let's go. We've barely seen him this season. It's kind of sad.
Dude,
but
like
hey.
one time, I think.
Yeah, it's very few for sure. It's just a little bit of shame, but hey.
Do you prefer to see him every single time or never?
I like to see him every single time. I mean, it's a nice little thing, you know, with chat and everything. It's just a little bonding moment of pot friending. It's nice.
Yeah.
And here we go. Quick little weapon check here as well. Ansper Rapier, but he goes for the cracked pots. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so he is going for that. It's curious that he wouldn't start with it, but as we've talked about before, money seems a lot more important in the rando version of Bingo Brawlers. So maybe he's just prioritizing that.
Potentially. I mean, he's got a lot of money compared to Pup in this case.
I mean, right, at this point he does, but the fact that he just didn't start with
Yeah.
pots.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's like when you start with cracked pots, you get 3, and they get taken out of the inventories of the Kaled merchant. Where do they get? Okay, there's 2 more merchants that lose their cracked pot, pretty much. I don't remember which ones. But pretty much the 3 cracked pots that you get are taken out of actual merchant's inventory in the game itself. So you don't have to go everywhere. But that also doesn't necessarily mean that NPT is at a huge time loss when he's trying to get that square without starting with the cracked pots, because he can grab them. You can get 3 from Kale, you can get 3, or you get 2 from Stormvale. You can get 1 straight from Bofa Cave, get another one from the merchant next to Alexander, which you just did. And another pod friend, by the way. Here we go. Pod friend. How could this be? Was my whole existence just a crock?
Oh, this is so sad.
There we go. Pod friend, ladies and gentlemen. 2 for 1.
Goodbye, Alexander. And his talisman is good. I wonder if they'll be using it. Is this what's this Ash of War like?
It's garbage. Pretty much it's Alabaster's Lord's Pull. It's pretty much the same as Gravitas. On the Meteoric Orb Blade, it's this gravitational like suck-in move, kind of like what the Radon has when he goes into phase 2, where he pulls his swords together and he kind of sucks you in. That's the same thing, but it's not that great for PvE. However, if you're gonna have Jar Shard, you have Dragon Scale Blade, which has a really good Ash of War. So if NPT wants to pivot, he could definitely pivot onto that Dragon Scale Blade and use the Jar Shard instead.
Interesting. I wonder if he will do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm expecting him to, because you don't see Dragon Scale Blade every day. But I also understand he's going to be sticking with the Alabaster's Lord Sword because it is a really good weapon. Both of them going to... Okay, so yeah, NPT going to Liurnia. And then looks like Pup is going for the Physic Flask here. I wonder what the plan is next.
There is that charged R2 talisman.
Yeah.
In the cave, relatively nearby. I wonder if she would go for that. If it's a heavy weapon, I mean, maybe.
It would definitely be worth it. That charged talisman is really, really good.
Yeah.
And for NPT here, having that Faith Talisman nearby. Actually, you know what? It does sound like we should have a little bit of a map time here, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a map time. We're going to be looking into different talisman locations, chat. You guys want to learn a little bit about talismans? Here we go. We have a talisman here. That is the charged talisman that Parky, I swear to God, I'm trying my best. Parky mentioned the charged talisman here. And then we also have the Faith Talisman right here-ish in the ruins as well. You can technically go for the Intelligence Talisman, but that one is a whole quest line. Not worth your time at all in that case. What else we have? We have the Spear Talisman right next to the Colosseum, next to that Golem. There is that talisman. The Black Knight Assassin has a talisman. Alex has a talisman. What?
I'm not sure if you just circled it, but there's also that Sacrificial Twig, if that's what it's called, near. Yeah. So that's kind of a 2-in-1 right there.
There's a Sacrificial Twig here. There's also a Sacrificial Twig at this merchant on these tombstones. There's a twig there. Also, if you want to go to Weeping, speaking of Weeping synergy, we also have the merchant down here That also sells the Crimson
Yes.
medallion, which is a health talisman. So you can get that as well if you really wanted to. So a lot of options for talismans here in the lands between. Even more than this, but I'm not gonna count all of them. That'd be a little silly.
Yeah, there is one that I used to like to get in Liurnia, I think, where you fight the Clean Rot Knight. Is that right?
Yeah, you get the prosthesis. I think it is. I think.
Yes, I don't know, but
winged sword. Yeah, same thing.
it's an easy one to get to, and if you have the damage and you're not worried about that fight, that's not a bad one. Also.
And yeah. There's also the green turtle talisman next to the Tibia Mariner in Limgrave as well.
Which does require a stone sword key.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. All right, Pup grabbing the Academy Scroll here. Do we have sorceries on the board?
We do. We have 12 different sorceries. Yep.
Okay. Looks like she's prepping for that, keeping an eye on the good old sorceries here. I don't think NPT did grab that. He does the quick shortcut jump down instead. But he is grabbing the Academy key here, and then possibly going for... do we have memory stones? We don't have memory stones. What are we going for here? He's getting a grace. But why is he getting the grace here? There is the graveyard up ahead. But... I don't know. Does he think this is maybe faster than doing the EG skip, I guess? I don't
know. I guess we'll see what he's thinking.
Yeah.
But what are his lines looking like? He's got column 1, which Morgoth's Great Rune is not very fast. The rest look okay. Not much synergy, but they look fine.
I mean, row 5 ain't too shabby. I'll be honest here. If you get that Somber 9 weapon and Sacred Flask +7, you can melt Radon, and you can just go through 8 bosses in Limgrave. You can absolutely just decimate them.
Yeah, that's right.
So, like, row 5, I'd consider that for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't have any bosses in Limgrave though. But yeah, I mean, if you go Somber +9 weapon, like, the world is your oyster after that. You can go anywhere and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it just takes some time. You need to go to Volcano Manor and get the Noble. Unless there's somewhere where you can get a 6 and a 7 that I don't know. But I know you can get the 5 in a couple different places. Is Volcano Manor where you typically want to do those?
If you're going to go for Somber 9, you might as well get your 5 and 6 from Volcano Manor. You can get your 6 from Falling Star Beast if you really wanted to, and then get the 5 from the Ravine and Kaled. You can also get a Somber 6 from invading Magnus and killing Magnus the Beastclaw, which is also on the board technically. So if you want a 6, you can get that from Magnus as well. But if you are going to go for Somber 9, 5, 6, 7 are in Volcano Manor, you might as well just get all 3 there instead. You know, instead of spreading it out. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So, yeah.
Okay.
And let's see here. It looks like NPT is going to be dropping down here for the intelligence tier. Possibly also the Somber 4 that's sitting on a chair. I think he just wants the int tier to be able to use the Alabaster's Lord Sword without actually leveling into intelligence. Actually a really good idea. Saves you some money, but also saves you time.
Yeah. What do you think Pup is headed to do right now?
She might be doing like a little bit of an axe check here real quick. She did grab some talismans here. It's currently 3 to 5 for talismans. And honestly, for NPT's case, I think he might be going around and going for that second Black Knife Assassin too. For Pup here, grabbing the Academy key, and then maybe, I don't know. After the Academy key, I'm not too sure where she would plan on going. I don't know. She might take the same path as NPT did and grab the balloons for money. Or just port back. Looks like she's going for the same kind of routing. Grabbing the balloons, grabbing the graveyards, and then go to EG that way instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab the int tier.
We'll see.
Why are you laughing?
Nothing, just a lot of information.
Oh, sorry. All right. Let's see here. Where's the hell? Oh, okay. I see where he's going now.
He is Is there a reason to talk to the shopkeeper? Does he do anything good? No, there's not.
No,
A reason.
there's nothing really there. Yeah.
Okay. He is going. There's a church here, which he'll get the tier 4.
Yep.
I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good one to get.
Yeah, I mean, there is Sacred Flask +7, which is still on this row 5 here. So if he wanted to, he can go ahead. Here's the if NPT does this, I think this would be like a really good play because they both have a Black Knife Assassin. Is turn right here and then go for that Cemetery Shade Black Knife Assassin Catacomb instead of going for the Black Knife Assassins in Altus. That's definitely an option.
Yeah.
But also for Pup, that she could do the same thing. She's a little bit behind right now on the whole Liurnia routing. Pretty much doing the same exact route that NPT did. Go for a +4 here if she really wants to for Alabaster's Lord Sword. She did miss the Dragon Scale Blade in that Catacomb, but like they both have a really great weapon, so there wasn't really a reason to check the Katana. But that's like one thing that NPT might have in his repertoire that might come in handy later.
So when this is like a season 2 thing that I just don't have experience with. When a player has a good weapon, or like a weapon that's good enough, like this one, why do you still spend time looking for more weapons?
Because a weapon is good doesn't mean necessarily that it's good for the board when it comes to specific bosses. Like you could have like Golden Halberd, for example. That's great. But if you're using Golden Halberd versus Goronk, for example, that is absolutely freaking terrible because it has split holy damage and Goronk has some of the highest holy resistance in the game. So that fight by itself is going to be an absolute nightmare. So having sometimes like a backup weapon for specific boss fights, like for example, Blackblade Kinged as well, Valiant Gargoyles, they're very weak to strike damage. So if you have like a Katana, for example, which is going to be terrible for that fight, but you then also have the Ringed Finger, that would be way better. So you can go ahead and upgrade that weapon real quick, make Valiant Gargoyles a way easier fight for yourself than if you're trying to Katana it to death instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's more that I was thinking, like, I thought that money would be a little more scarce. Time is, you don't have too much time.
But yeah.
Is it worth getting multiple weapons and leveling multiple up? I mean, I guess it is. Or maybe some weapons are just better at a +0 if someone's weak to it.
Yeah. There's like that whole, kind of investing the money and the benefits of investing it. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Sometimes it is.
Right.
Sometimes it's just, a one-off type situation. So maybe upgrading isn't really worth the resources and time. So it all depends. But like I said here, by the way, NPT making that play as I expected, going right it past the Frenzy Village tier in Liurnia, going for that Black Knife Assassin as the center square, which is a really good block. Because of both of the diagonals that Pup is kind of threatening with Grottos and Ashes.
Yeah, what's interesting about this game is it seems like both players have similar squares in mind, but they're just going about it different ways or at different times. So neither one of them really knows that the other one is doing it. Mm-hmm. But it does kind of seem like they have the same squares in mind, or for the most part.
Yeah. That's like the tricky part too, is at some point you're going to be on the board and you're going to be like, okay, hold on a second. I haven't marked anything in a while, but they haven't marked anything in a while either. We currently both don't have a line that we're kind of threatening. Mm-hmm. What are they thinking? Because I'm currently planning this, but they might be thinking something completely different. Are they looking at a different line than I am? Are they prioritizing different things than I am right now? And that can get a little nerve-wracking too, because until a square is marked, you don't really know what's happening with the match. And sometimes, all of a sudden, your opponent marks a square after like 20 minutes, and you're like, "Oh snap! That's a whole line I didn't even consider." But it's hard to it's hard to do that too, because there's so many lines. There's so many options. So it's it's just tough. It's just tough.
Yeah, it looks like for row 5, Pup is probably prioritizing the 8 bosses in Limgrave kill for the block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. So this will be MPD second assassin, which will give him the middle square.
Yeah, and this will give him another talisman, I believe, as well. This gives him the So you get the red one from the one in Limgrave. You get the blue one from this one. So pretty much those two talismans. If you get a stagger and riposte, the one in Limgrave gives you the one that if you riposte, you get health back. This one, if you have the talisman and you riposte, you get mana back instead.
Interesting.
So you pretty much, could use that to your advantage if you want to.
There's a nice fight from MPT with the middle square. Oh my gosh, that was a nice fight. He didn't really seem to struggle at all.
Yeah, the thing with like Black Death Assassins, if you have like a semi-heavy weapon, you can pretty much bully them. They don't have a lot of poise. They are resistant to pretty much everything, but you can just like knock them around if you know how to deal with their moveset.
Yeah, that fight seemed fine for him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Black Knife Assassins get a little bit of a stressful reputation because of the invisible one, at least for your first couple of playthroughs. Just because the invisible one is like kind of hard to deal with, and then you think, oh, all of them are kind of hard.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
the rest don't really seem so bad. Okay, so do you think that row 3 is something that Tom is thinking? Because maybe. Because he is looking at cracked pots, which we know that he bought. I don't know how he feels about the 2 Altus things, because sewer mode does require 2 remembrances, so maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't really look like he has a row in mind at all.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. They're currently kind of rushing talismans. With Pup going for the Charge Axe Talisman here. And I also think, NPT going for the Charge Axe Talisman. Currently has 6 talismans, 6-5. This will be 6-6 here. Pup can go still for that Sacrificial Twig. I think she grabbed the one in Liurnia already, though, so she can't go for that again. Still 6-6. I would teleport back, honestly, in this case, to Stormhill Shack. The reason why, and a lot of players don't do this, but it's a little bit easier for you, is the fact that if you go to Henricus, actually, and do the invasion of Henricus, he drops the Hammer Talisman. Just drop down here, grab the Spirit Talisman. You have 2 talismans sitting right next to each other in Limgrave. If you just do that fight real quick and then go here for the other one. Or you can do Anastasia for the Holy Scorpion Charm. But Henricus is really, really easy to do that fight with. So I would honestly do that as my last 2 if I really could.
Okay, so MPT gets the square, which sucks for Pup. She put a lot of time into that. That one hurts so bad because like there are some talismans that you can use, but you go so out of the way for a lot of them that it is a nasty, nasty time sink. And MPT is zooming. He has been so fast.
Yeah, I think the whole having the Dectus set up and then pivoting back for Millicent strategy is really showing its full effect here by kind of like grabbing some of the things on the way and then going back to Dectus.
Yeah.
Really, really is helping him out here with that whole back and forth. For sure. Yeah,
it's scary to do that, but if you're willing to take those kind of risks, it really, really pays off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other player is gonna think, how did you get that so fast? Or like you were taking forever on it. Why did that take you so long? And then you did it, so it was weird. And then it's because he was waiting for her to do it so he can snipe her.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. That's like the next level mind games I would be, kind of mentioning now for bingo. It's knowing when you've got priority and then play with the time that you have, knowing how long it takes. Be like, okay, you know what? I can kind of play with this now. I like they just went for a square, which means they haven't done anything on my square yet, so I could just dish this for now. Come back later. Let me go like grab some other stuff first, and then see how that's gonna go. And yeah, that's it's a very strong tactic, but it can go south if you kind of predict wrong too, because you are kind of predicting at that point,
Yeah, definitely one of those risky mind games that you can do in bingo, which like will really pay off if you pull it off, but really suck if you don't pull it off.
Yeah. And here we go. Okay, so it looks like that MPT is prepping for Radon now, grabbing this Grace here. He could also grab the Somber 5 from the Ravine if he really wanted to, but he did go past it. So He might go to Volcano Manor later instead. He does have the Academy key, so he can do that in Raya Lucaria. And then now Pup here actually, grabbing a Grace in Altus and porting back, considering, I think, also doing Radon as a block. So this might be... I don't know. This is either really good for her, or this is going to be an even worse snipe. Because NPT is already prepping for it as well. He's already in Radon Castle, already has the Grace. He just has to go now to Altus and activate the festival, I think. Never mind, he already did activate it. I'm a goof, so he's already doing it.
Yeah, he was just in Altus. But at least he'll do it now. Pup won't be wasting that much time, hopefully, if he does it quickly. But that would have been a really, really great square for her to have. The corner, I don't know what rows or lines he was thinking, but that would get rid of the column 1, row 5. He doesn't have the diagonal, but it's still just a nice square to have there in the corner.
Pup grabbing Seaside Ruins here, and then wanted to port to Fort Faroth. Not too sure why she wanted to grab that specific Grace. Maybe for the duping afterwards. She just wanted the Grace after Radon to port back and go to Weeping for the dupe. And I believe NPT just went and upgraded his Alabaster's Lord Sword to +5 from the Radon Castle. You do get a Somber 5 at the altar to the right here. And is not going to go ahead for that Radon fight into... he could try and force column 1 if he really wants to, but he could also just try and force majority at this point. He has control over the board pretty much. He is going for the same square as Pup is going for. And if he keeps playing that way, he's going to just... take squares away that she's kind of aiming at.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job at getting the squares that she is trying to get.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if he's just extremely good at predicting that or if it's just good luck for him to do that.
I don't know. This is like the tough thing of like when you want to practice for bingo, so you play against the same people over and over again because then you learn what they're doing. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I kind of figured out like your mentality and like how you go about the board, so I'll use that against you. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like a little tough of being like, okay, like I want to practice as much as possible. Okay, now I know exactly how this is gonna go, and I'll do exactly what you want to do. But it looks like Pup is grabbing the Grace here, and then maybe going for Scarseal Talisman. That is on the board on row 4. She would be near that. And also Limgrave Bosses, so that would kind of play into both of those.
Right. Okay, so here we go with the Radon fight. The damage is pretty good. I mean, it's not like the most strong ever, but it's pretty good. He can definitely quickly get this fight done. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No worries.
Do you know what this weapon was at? Did he get it to a +4?
It's a +5. It's a +5.
+5. Yeah. Okay, right. With the stone from Radon's castle. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, Pup just died.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he's not using the. He must have forgotten to do the intelligence physic because he would have dealt way more damage. Because as we said yesterday, Radon is weaker to magic, and this weapon does have magic damage on it. But he does have a really good fight here, though.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too concerned.
Radon is still my favorite fight in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Radon. He's so cool.
Yeah, Radon has been my favorite fight. I'm kind of between a few. I like Horlu.
Horlu's pretty cool. Oh, dang. Another stagger already? He staggered him twice this fight. There we go. No summons Radon there for NPT.
Gorgeous. Now. Nice and easy, dude. So Pup sees that. How does she feel? I mean, I'm sure she could have expected it. And yeah, I mean, she didn't spend really any time on it. So I think she's doing the right play here.
She's doing the right play of being like, okay, you know what? I think I know what he's going for. I'm going to not do that. I'm going to go for Limgrave Bosses. I'm going to go for Sacred Flask +7 because you can grab 3 tiers for the Sacred Flask in Weeping as well. Let me go for Scarseal Talisman. Let me get these kind of outlier squares instead to kind of gain some presence on the board and see what I can do with that. I don't think it's a bad idea at all in this case.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not like, I mean, column 1 doesn't seem too scary just because of Morgoth's Great Rune. It's a long square, so she doesn't seem too mad about that.
Mhm.
And then row 5, yeah, like you said, she's probably just focused on those things and kind of getting her own stuff done.
Yeah.
Trying not to worry about the snipes or whatever.
And having amputee now go to Weeping as well, so he's gonna meet her in that area. I think he's gonna go for the dupe here. Yeah, and I don't know. In this case, honestly, like even still, column 5 wouldn't be a bad thing for Pup if she goes for the cracked pots and the Limgrave bosses. The one thing that she would have to do though is try and snag away that Radahn's Great Rune square, which she could do because now she could do it with summons and everything, and amputee would know because that square is already taken. So he would never know that that she's done Radahn, and then go and just restore it, take that away from him.
That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, that would be a really, really cool play.
It's risky. That's the thing. That's the same with like Godric's Great Rune, you know, when the other player already took it and then trying to take that away from them because they're going to sit on it anyways.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a move that you could try and pull off if you know that the player just likes to sit on those types of squares.
Yes, exactly. And it's like one of those things, if you kind of feel like you don't have a plan, you can't snipe what they're doing, whatever, it's a really good strat to just try and commit to your own line, focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And try and pull that off. And if it works, it works. If not, you weren't feeling too good about the first strat either, so it was worth a try. Yeah.
And here we go, MPT into Weeping now. Whee! That's such a cool jump.
It is a cool jump, yeah.
It's one of those jumps. Actually, this is a jump that I never saw until Aggie did it for like his rando hit list. I was like, I didn't even know you could do. I've been playing this game for over a year, and you could jump over to Weeping.
Dude, there are so many things about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even someone like you could, like, there's always something to learn, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, all the time.
And you like know everything already.
I wish. I try, but there's always stuff, especially when Mad King just chirps in, is like, hey, by the way, did you know that you could do that? No, Mad King, I'm sorry, I've been busy with Bingus, but I appreciate it.
All right, so there's the Sacred Flask +7 for Pup. We know that MPT was kind of working on that. He grabbed a couple. I don't know exactly how many, but nice that she got that for herself. But yeah, there are so many things. I had a Dark Souls 3 video where you can break the demon's legs off, and I posted that video, and then half the comments were like, I have like 1 million hours and I didn't even know about this. And then the other half was like, oh, you're so dumb, how can you play this game and not know about that? And it's like, well, the other half has never seen it, so yeah. It is
definitely a weird interaction, especially if you fight the boss a specific way every single time. You'll never ever see that interaction of the demon losing his legs. But yeah, it's really cool when they add like small things into the game like that.
Yeah, I just feel like there's so much that you could still not know about a game even if you've played it 1 million times.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Or especially if you're like a speedrunner and someone's like, how do you not know where this is, and you're a speedrunner, and you're like, well, as a speedrunner, I only take one route and I never go anywhere else.
I do one thing and that's optimal. Everything else doesn't really matter, even if it's cool, you know?
Exactly. Okay, so what do you think Pup is doing in Raya Lucaria here?
Liurnia bosses is one of them. For sure. The other thing that she could be trying to do here is getting that Somber 9 potentially, because she does have Volcano Mana access here.
True. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah.
So getting that Somber 9 wouldn't be bad, although she already blocked row 5, so I mean it's not necessarily the highest priority. But column 4 is an option if she wants to do bow only on Godric and then a Hero's Grave. She could try and force column 4 here.
Yeah, so I wonder if I wonder if she's gonna kill Renala for the Remembrance and then keep Godric for bow only, and then maybe try and dupe one.
I don't know, but MPT is already on his way to a Hero's Grave, so that whole column 4 is out the window.
Yeah.
so there is that. All that speculation pretty much is pretty much useless because MPT is already on his way to blocking that bingo. I think he's trying to just force majority at this point.
I think so too, yeah.
Just make sure that there aren't any lines that he can't deal with, and then go from there.
Yeah, I mean, if she ends up wanting to go into Moog or go into Morgoth, she does need to have 2 Great Runes anyway. So maybe that's why she's thinking Renala. I wonder if she cares about Radon still, though.
She could. The thing is, yeah, I mean, Renala's definitely not bad because of capital access, but also being a Liurnia boss, I guess there's that too.
Right, yeah, that's true.
But I'm not sure. I really am not sure what the thought process here is. Also, actually killing Red Wolf gives her access to the teleporter to the Church of Vows, which is pretty close to Jarburg, so she can get the last crackpots for that crackpot square. So, I mean, there's that too.
Yeah, let's see after she kills Red Wolf where she's gonna be headed.
That's a lot of
because there's no imbued sword keys, is there? My screen is like fuzzy. No, okay.
Oh, is it like on my end fuzzy?
Yeah, the screen share is like fuzzy, but that's okay.
I can redo it. Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let me just redo it real quick. There we go. Is that better?
A little, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, yeah, she's going for Liurnia bosses. She's going for Aiden here now. Or Adon, as chat says.
Adon. Yeah, it's definitely Adon.
Are you sure?
When you say Aiden, I don't correct you because that would be rude, but it's definitely Adon. Is there another pronunciation that someone says?
People don't like it when I say Mariner. What else is it? I've said Tops, I think.
I say Tops.
Or is it, no, I think I say Thops, and then
you say Thops, which makes me laugh every time. Just Thops is just funny.
Yeah, Thops. I don't know. It sounds funny. I like it. It fits him. He looks like a Thops.
Yeah. Yeah, Mariner might be right. I don't know.
No, it's Mariner, I think is what it is.
Dude,
not Mariner.
My name is Marina, so Mariner, it feels weird to me every time, so I avoid it. All right, let's look at the game here. What are we doing? MPT just got an Everjail. He got the balls Everjail.
Yep. He didn't go for that Hero's Grave. I guess he just prepped the Hero's Grave. Is not going for Liurnia bosses.
Yeah, I guess he might be, because I mean, yeah, surely he's not looking at row 4. He just wants majority, right? Because Morgoth's Great Rune is so far away.
Yeah.
And like, it's not impossible to get, I think, with this much time left, but it wouldn't be extremely easy either. You just have to go through so much to get there.
Nice little balls. That's the thing here with balls, like, and all the other trolls. I think they have like 60 poise. They take so little to knock down, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And here's a fun thing, which I didn't know until recently either, is that they actually have a headshot stagger as well. So some bosses have a thing that if you actually hit them in the head, they freak out. And especially for trolls, that if you shoot them with like an arrow in the head, they will just hold their head for a moment, and then they'll look back at you. And you can just keep on shooting them back in the head, and they'll keep on covering their head out of pain, pretty much. So you like micro stagger them by shooting them in the face the whole time. It's pretty interesting.
I feel bad for those guys.
Yeah, same. But it's funny.
Yeah. All right, so this will be MPT's 3rd Liurnia boss, I suppose. And then, yeah, Red Wolf will be 4. I wonder if he'll do Renala. That would give him 5. But he also does have some catacombs he could pick from. If he wanted to. Oh yeah, I guess he has a Dawn too, actually.
Yeah, he currently has 3 Liurnia bosses. Pup has 3 Liurnia bosses. She's going for that Scarlet Rot Knight that you were talking about, by the way, now. That drops the Winged Sword Insignia, I think is what it's called. And that will actually help out with the weapon, too. So that's actually a really good pick. And looks like NPT is going to be going for that Knight's Cav. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty pog.
Yeah, this nightcap, I always, like, I don't know why when I was competing, I always forgot that this one existed because the other ones were always just so convenient. But this one's obviously definitely a viable option as well. And oh my gosh, Pup is bullying that Clean Run Knight.
Yeah, this one's really fun to kind of fight against, especially because this is the thing that I mentioned, right? If you're poisoned, you have that hat on, you have bonus damage. So she still has that hat on and got instantly into the poison to make sure that she gets that damage proc. So that's really smart by her to keep that mushroom hat on.
So she is ahead on the bosses. I wonder if she'll do Renola. I mean, it's such a big time sink. She probably wouldn't, but it like. If she ended up having to go into Landel, it would be convenient.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It looks like she's going to be going for the Royal Revenant here, though. Who would have thought that you would voluntarily do Royal Revenant if it's not on the board? Because I wouldn't. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what her damage is looking like. I think that we've seen a couple of people do it pretty easily. I think I saw Bree one weekend doing it pretty easily with the weapon. Yeah, look at that damage. That's
wow.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just like, when you think about bingo and you're like, okay, I need bosses fast. Royal Revenant seems like a good idea. That never crosses my mind.
Yeah.
But obviously, it is a great choice here. Very, very fast fight here from Pup.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's definitely very different with the rando, because in the past you were like, I'm not even using a weapon. I'm always going to use that heal spell against it. And so just having lack of experience with the weapons against Royal Revenant, you don't see how good some of them actually are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I'll be honest. I don't like this one bit that Pup is going for Smaragd, because this is giving a chance for MPT to actually snipe this again.
Yeah.
I do believe he's on 5 bosses now, too, with that Knight's Cav. And this dragon fight could stall out too long to where MPT could actually get this square.
Yeah, I'm curious why she would do this. This one, dragons are long, and this one does a lot of damage if it's the wrong move. I mean, her damage isn't horrible, but like, dragons just move so much. It feels like a waste of time.
Yeah. Erdtree Avatar here for NPT. Way more damage. Holy. Yeah, this actually might be taken away.
Oh no.
This is not looking too great for her in this case.
Yeah, so for
MPT getting turned into a beef patty.
There is a Steak America there though.
Tenderized at the Erdtree.
So Pup has done Red Wolf. She's done Balls. She's done the Clean Rot Knight. Has she done a Dawn? Because why wouldn't you do a Dawn instead?
She did do a Dawn, yes.
She did a Dawn, and then do you know who her 5th one was?
Balls, Adon, Red Wolf, Clean Rot.
Did she do the Erdtree?
Oh, the physic one? Yeah, the explosive physic one? Yeah, I think so.
No, she did Revenant. She didn't
right.
even do the Why isn't she doing the Erdtree? I'm curious.
I don't know, but she does get a lot of headshot damage. She might actually still get it.
Wait, she might actually still get this.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Oh, no! She has some health left!
Oh, my God. Yeah. That is so...
Ay-yalla.
Wow, that is so crazy. I cannot believe that. Wow. It hurts. It definitely hurts. That much time put into a square. Again, it hurts.
That is absolute pain.
Oh, it's so unfortunate.
They're both going literally the same. They're both like in sync. Where are they going?
They could be doing the grafted scion.
Oh!
MPT wanting that, yeah.
No! Is this another? Okay. Let's hope that
Well,
Pup gets there first.
Maybe Pup will get this. I mean, MPT is closer.
they're
They're about the same.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah. I will say though, we were saying that Smaragd was like horrible. I mean,
That wasn't
she
that
almost
bad.
got it. It wasn't that bad.
It's like as soon as you get the stagger, it was fine. It was the
Yeah.
dealing with the air attacks, like having him just stand still was like the hard part, you know.
Yeah, just some bad RNG. I think that prolonged that fight a little bit more.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. I mean,
MPT is currently ahead.
he is ahead, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
ooh,
we don't know.
this is so stressful.
Both of them grabbing the graces here, though. Oh, she's sitting down. No.
We'll see. Maybe Scion RNG will balance this out.
Maybe, yeah.
Cause the fight, I mean, I guess the fight's not so bad. Are they at the same amount of damage? She doesn't have a +5. She hasn't been to Radon, right? So
Yeah, she's still rocking
so
a +4.
she's at a +4, which I mean isn't horrible, but we'll see. She's not super behind. Like, I think a little bit of aggressive play on her end could help her. Oh, his damage is so good.
Yeah. Well,
And the
see.
run to Grafted Scion takes forever. That's such a sad
Oh,
waste of
dude,
time.
that's so smart by MPT. He has the weapon on his left hand so that he can go to his Ash of War to kick, and the Grafted Scion had kick up, or had the shield up, so he could kick the shield for an instant riposte.
Yeah, that's nice.
And Pup did die to Grafted Scion there, too.
Yeah. But she died. She died before she saw the square was taken, I think. So at least she can just pivot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm not sure what to do after this, to be honest. This is...
Let's see what she's thinking. Maybe she'll just go do some Limgrave bosses. I mean, she has a couple. If she's kind of at a loss for what to do, I mean, it's there. She could do cracked pots. She could do the Scar Seal talismans, maybe. She could dupe a remembrance, except she doesn't have one, right?
Yeah, she doesn't have a single remembrance yet. Yeah, correct. Looks like NPT is going to be aiming for a Somber 9 now.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have any threats to worry about. Row 1, column 5 are just wide open. Pop doesn't really have any threats on the board currently that he has to worry about, so he can just go ahead, go for a Somber 9, and then make the rest of the game even easier for himself.
Yeah. Somber 9 might be a nice play here if he just is kind of chilling.
Yep. Looks like Pup is going for the sorceries, which I do think is a good move. Giving herself a square in column 1 and in row 1, which is going to be a nice block. I don't think that's a bad play at all.
He is gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna restore Don's Great Rune.
Oh yeah, he could definitely do that too after
Yeah.
getting the Sunbreak and Sunbreak.
Yeah, because if he does that, he gets the corner and he blocks. He blocks what's left, I believe. Yeah. And then he can just do majority.
Yep. Almost died
Which-
here.
I mean, she's probably expecting the Great Rune.
This is where, honestly, if she didn't go for Liurnia bosses and instead went for that Radon column 5 play that I was talking about, this could have turned out way different, to be honest.
Right.
This could have turned out to be like in a very close match with that column 5, where she then went for cracked pots because she had priority on that. Scar Seal Talisman, she had
Yeah.
priority. That column 5 looked really, really nice for her.
Yeah. That column 5 is a cool one when you're doing something like this where you know that, or you think that they probably won't be bothered for column 5 or anything like that. It's a nice one because you can like sit on a lot of stuff, and collect everything, and then just like square, 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 and then the person's gonna be like, oh my god, wait, all she needs is Radon's Great Rune. You know, because she could secretly fight Radon, like you said.
Yeah.
She could have gotten most of the cracked pots, most of the Limgrave bosses. You know, I guess Magnus was the only really longer one there. But yeah, that could have been an interesting play.
Yeah, she had a lot of setup for it too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
She was prepared for a lot of that column 5 to where it wasn't a huge waste of time and maybe even interesting shotgun play. So, but alas, here we are. Currently, an hour and 2 minutes into the match. They're going to be a Radon Great Rune here for NPT instead, and possibly 12 sorceries for Pup. And then going from there, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to hear what her plans were near the start because, you know, snipes can happen and your plan goes out the window. It's hard to think easily. I don't know, you know, mental really matters. Your clear thinking in games like this. So I'm curious to hear what her plan was and if she had a plan from the start.
Yep.
All right, so she's doing...
Going back to Grafted Scion here, I think she's trying to grab her money that she left behind when she died.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much money it was, but it definitely had to be a lot if she's coming back just for this.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I wonder if that's all it is because...
Also, it's a Leon. Sorry.
She doesn't need that anymore, Liurnia
well,
boss.
this is a Limgrave boss too, so it still plays into...
Does it count for both?
No.
Or only Limgrave?
It's only Limgrave.
Only Limgrave, okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, then it would matter, but yeah, she obviously didn't really care to fight it anymore. But yeah, grabbing those runes to buy sorceries, if that's what she's planning, is not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we know how many she has? I don't think she bought any from Tops or from...
Yeah, I think she's going to Tops right now, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, she does have some scrolls, though. We saw her pick up some scrolls.
Hero's Grave here for NPT.
Alright, we'll see how this goes for him. I've never seen him do this, so I mean, I'm sure he won't struggle very much. This seems like a fine Hero's Grave. There's definitely some worse ones.
Yeah, no, 100% for sure.
Yeah. There's that one with the Black Knife Assassin in front of it. That one's kind of a scary one. And obviously if they have 2 Black Knife Assassins, they don't need it. But that could have been some interesting synergy.
Yeah, so some pretty expensive sorceries here from Selen, which is a little tough. But giving the books here... Oh, they're not that expensive, actually. They're pretty alright. Unseen Blade. Not bad. 12 sorceries. That's a square for Pup here. Nice block on column 1, row 1. Yeah, just good. That's good. You know, not going for a square that seems to be contested. So there we go.
Alright, what is she doing now? I wonder if she'll go Cracked Pots. Or maybe Limgrave bosses. Maybe she'll do Crucible Knight or something.
Maybe. But also keep in mind, guys, this is the same scenario we had yesterday, Zoodle versus Aggie. You know, 8-4. You know, this is not necessarily over just yet. There could still be misplays. There can still be changes. So just keep that in mind as we go kind of into this mid to late game section. It's the like exact same scenario, literally. You know,
it's not over till it's over, guys. Yeah, I guess Pup is going for Margit. Probably Godric, maybe. I wonder if she'll do a bow only. That wouldn't be a bad play, honestly.
Yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Good talk. All right, NPT and Red Wolf.
Oh no, that was tough. I swear it's gotten worse ever since I went full-time streaming wise. Like, I don't know what happened, but like my
It's
IQ
brain
points
rot.
dropped. Yeah, I don't know. It's been bad. Like, every single day that passes, I understand XQC more and more. You know what I mean? Like, it makes more sense to me.
No. Well, by the way, GG's to MPT for that Hero's Grave. But yeah, I get it. Ever since I went full time, my vocabulary has gone down, my social skills, the way I speak has gone down. If anyone thinks I sound kind of weird, it's because of that. COVID, the pandemic probably helped that as well. But dude, I was like in school, I was so sharp, I was so smart, I was so good at writing essays. I could do it in like 5 different languages. And look at me now. Look at me now, dude. I can't even commentate bingo brawlers.
Ah, yes. Back in the day. Here we are with NPT now. What is it? Oh, he's going for Jarberg here, I think, for Crackpots. Okay.
Yeah, not a bad call. I wonder if he'll go Moog Sewers and just get the line just for fun. I don't know if he really needs to, though, but does he? I mean, getting Moog Sewers is kind of a time sink. But, like, I don't know if he would care to do that. But he also knows that Pup probably isn't near doing that. So,
I don't know. That's like one of those things where you don't really know what they've been doing because it's been a hot
Yeah.
minute. Besides the learn, 12 different sorceries, that was just marked recently. But besides that, you don't really know. Like, learn 12 different sorceries doesn't really tell you where they are on the map. Or, like, you know what I mean? Because it's just, you could have gotten that whenever. You could have gotten that in Liurnia. You could have gotten that in Limgrave. You could have picked it up in Kaled with Meteorite Staff and Rocksling. You don't know exactly where exactly that is. It's still like MPT a little bit, I guess, in the dark here with what Pup is doing, but he doesn't really have to care. He's blocked every single bingo. He can just go for majority. It doesn't really matter anymore too much as to where she is,
Yeah, he's duping his remembrance, which I think is a pretty good idea. I mean, why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice and easy, and I always think breaking the mold off of these guys' legs is really satisfying.
Yeah.
So
it's like a it's like a pimple popping video, but
yeah.
but it's just like turtle legs instead.
Yeah, so lots of reasons to do the duping. I've gotten smushed here before though, and that really sucks. Like when the horse like doesn't want to turn around or whatever, when torrents just
like that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
10 crackpots here for Pup, by the way. Blocking column 5 now. So currently 9 to 5, which used to be my job.
Back when you were smarter.
Oh, that's gonna affect me someday. It's like, oh, back when I still had something planned in the schedule.
Yeah, right. I know, dude. Yeah. Now you're sleeping till right before bingo.
That's not true. That's not true. Like an hour before bingo, and then I like slowly awaken. I just look like this is just my face, I just look tired. That's just.
Welcome to the streamer life, dude.
Which sucks. I've been trying to like get to bed sooner, like have more of an adult's like bedtime, but then I just lay in bed wide awake. I'm like, I don't know what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah,
I don't have to be here.
Yeah, or you want to have a later stream. Stream is so fun today. Let's just go a little later. And
yeah.
Then you sleep until 4 p.m. the next day. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you're about to go to bed and the editor is like, hey, I just got this done. You want to look at this real quick? Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Let me look at that real quick. All right. Next thing you know, it's been 3 hours. All right. Sacred Tear here for NPT. Everjill here for Pup. Going for the Scar Seal Talismans now. Not a bad pick. She currently kind of has a head start on this. And it doesn't even look like NPT is considering that, even though he was right next to it, too. So...
I wonder if he'll go for that.
Oh, no, actually, he did have... Okay, he just didn't have a Stone Sword key to even access it. So he is going back.
Okay.
For the... Sorry, go ahead.
I did see Pup pick that one up at the Stormhill Shack. That one's always an easy one to get.
Yep. That one's a nice free one. You can also get
Yeah.
somewhat of a free one in Volcano Manor as well, which surprisingly both of them haven't gone there yet, but also kind of makes sense with how the board's been playing out today.
Yeah.
But there's one you can grab that's pretty easy. You just jump across the staircase and you get a free one on the way to Noble.
Right. There is one right after Red Wolf on that fountain as well.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
2 more Limgrave bosses here for Pup. She could possibly get this corner square. I do think bow only Godric would play into having that as her 8th boss. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Nice little combo.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know what the stances for her are on bow right now though.
Yeah, I don't know. She tried that one of the other matches and that kind of really backfired on her.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming she has a little bit of bad blood with bow only here.
Yeah, bow only's a tough square sometimes, dude. That is probably my least favorite remembrance only square. It's just like, if you don't have something reliable, like even the reliable bows, I don't think are fun to use. And the only
bow.
boss that really works is Godric with that.
Yeah, I mean Radahn isn't too bad, but you really gotta know what you're doing, and nobody really uses bows. That's why it's kind of an iffy square for a lot of people.
Right.
Nighttime here. Okay, so it looks like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually really smart from Pup. She's going for Bellbearing Hunters.
Bellbearing Hunter, yeah.
And this is going to be a Limgrave boss on top of that. So she's kind of go for like a 2-for-1 deal. I do think this is a good idea. And NP2 doing the exact same thing yet again. They're both pretty much doing the exact same. But in this case, Pup is currently ahead. There we go. There's that Alabres's Lord Sword pull, by the way, that we're mentioning, that gravitas type stuff.
Yeah. She is ahead on Limgrave bosses. I wonder if she will go Bellbearing Hunters and if he will go Bellbearing Hunters after.
NPT sat down too fast. Bernal is back from the dead and is like, hey, hello. What did you try to do to me? Vacuum slicing him as soon as he shows up.
Oh, God.
There we go. Bellbearing Hunter here for Pup. Going for that riposte. Really nice damage. And Brunel giving NPT a little bit of a hard time with that Zweihände.
Now he is waiting. He's gonna watch him die just to make sure. Yeah.
And that is why when we have like NPC squares and stuff like that, you have to wait for them to give you the money, because otherwise the exact thing is going to happen again. That is a Limgrave boss here, though, for Pup. Going for the last one, which is going to be an Evergaol. Another great idea.
Yeah.
Going for that Crucible Knight, because that is Crucible on the board. Huge.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So other Bellbearing Hunters that are viable, there is one in... Sorry?
Sorry, I just hate the whole quick key map thing where they pivot between graces. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. It drives me insane.
Actually, I was just saying, is he going for that Bellbearing Hunter here?
He might go for the cheese, yeah.
Yeah, by the shack.
Yep.
Okay. So he will probably prioritize Bellbearing Hunters. And when he sees that she gets 8 bosses in Limgrave, he will probably feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, this will definitely be a head start here for NPT on this one. However, keep in mind that Pup did kill Red Wolf. NPT hasn't. He didn't grab the Grace either for the other one, so you'd have to go all the way around to Church of Vows or kill Red Wolf to get to Church of Vows. One of those two options. Well, Pup already has that done. So even though she doesn't have this specific Bellbearing Hunter done that he's doing right now, she has a little bit of head start on the third one. So that might save her some time here. But looks like NPT is doing the Zoodle Cheese, which is the one where you bring Bellbearing Hunter over here and then have him get blasted by a golem arrow. Pup getting shield blasted by Crucible Knight.
Yeah, this Bellbearing Hunter cheese is so cool. When I saw this, my mind was blown.
Yeah.
Look at him just looking down there. Oh my god, it's so goofy.
There we go, and then just kicks him down there. He stands back up, and whoop, there he goes.
That is insane.
There he goes.
So good, man.
And tail swings here on the Crucible Knight. Shield slam. Oh, it's the Azaz cheese? I'm sorry. The Azaz cheese. My apologies. And getting some nice charged R2s off here. She's a roller, not a jumper. Nice rolls.
All right, nice. So there's that 8 bosses in Limgrave Square for. So what can we expect people to do next? Because there's nothing really that fast. I mean, maybe Pup will just finish off Crucible Knights. Bow onlys, I guess. But now we're not really sniping things anymore. I think Pup has a okay chance to catch up. She does have some priority, some better map presences, like you said.
Yeah.
It's not looking completely hopeless, at least, which is great.
Yeah, I think this kind of like builds a little bit of confidence of being like, okay, you know what? I just got sorceries, I just got crackpots, and I got Limgrave bosses. Like, I'm feeling pretty good here. You know, I'm getting a little bit of momentum. NPT already at Church of Vows, though. That was way faster than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. Gonna go for his third Bell-Bearing Hunter, and looks like that Pup might be going for... Where in the hell is she? It's so dark, I can't tell. Okay, she's going to what seems to be the last Scarseal Talisman, which is downstairs.
Yes.
Never mind, she's pivoting.
Okay.
Never mind, she's thinking.
This MPT, what he's doing right now, dude, it takes so long. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And we've seen players, like, think that they talk to him enough and then sit down, and then it's like, where's the guy? You have to talk to him more. Like, you have to talk to him so much. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, the turtle's here. Okay, let me talk to him. And then you sit down. Oh, the turtle's still here. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. So he actually talks to the turtle and then quits out right in front of the altar. Maybe he knows something that we don't. It looks like he does.
He does.
He knows something that we don't, which is you talk to the turtle, go to the Grace, talk to the turtle at nighttime, and then just quit out.
Wow. Well, good
nice
for him.
riposte. The more you know.
Yeah. Really nice fight. Really nice damage.
NPT being a knower and a shower. Going for his third Bell-Bearing Hunter.
Nice. Okay, where is he headed to? Do you think he's on his way to Magnus now?
I don't know. He has whatever he wants. If I'm being completely honest, he needs 2 squares. He could still go for bow only Godric. He still has Godric open himself, you know. So.
Yeah, Godric is still alive. An hour and 19 minutes into the match. That's pretty cool.
He's killing Var-Ray here. Okay, he's killing Var-Ray for the Festering Fingers, so he can go kill Magnus. I think he's going for Magnus. Yep.
Yeah.
Quick little 2-shot here on Var-Ray.
Var-Ray?
Is that not how you say it?
I don't know. I say Var-Ray, but you Var-Ray.
Well, it's like it's a French name. No, it's a Var-Ray.
Yeah. But the French way would be just. I mean, I guess it'd be Var-Ray. Yeah.
That's right. No, okay. I thought I was right. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Is it a French name? Does he have an accent on the E?
Yeah, it's like a little thingy.
So does Kali, though. Does he? I think Kali has an accent.
Oh, it's
too.
Calais?
Yeah, if there's an accent. Instead of kale.
Okay, that's instead of kale, yeah. The one thing no one likes to eat. And here we go. I think she's going for imbued sword key here.
For the somber +9 weapon for the +7?
I don't know.
Cause you need 2 for that, right?
Oh no, that's just stone sword keys, not imbued keys.
Oh right.
So I'm not sure
what is it?
Sorry. Go ahead. Oh, for Crucible Knight, right? Okay, that makes sense. She wants to go for the Crucible at the Tower of Belfries, but she used the other one for Grafted Scion. That makes sense. Okay. I'm picking up what she's putting down. Okay, got it.
Well, that's the one who does the frog stuff and also the tail stuff, right?
Just the frog stuff, no tail.
Just the frog stuff. Okay. Is there one that does both? I thought there was one that does both.
Later game one, maybe. Like the one in Necron potentially, but I don't know. I didn't fight them that much in my first playthrough. But the double Crucible Knight fight, I think it's only tail.
Okay.
And then the Ash of War of the weapon itself, because some of the Crucible Knights don't do the Ash of War thing of the Odorvis Greatsword.
Do you think the one in the Stormhill Castle is longer to run to? I'm curious why she wouldn't do that one, because it'd be easier to fight.
Oh yeah,
right?
that one's I think that would have been a better pick for sure.
But she still needs 2 more. Maybe she does that one after.
Potentially. Yep.
She did kill Margit. And I mean, if she wanted to do Godric Bow only, I mean, you know, NPT only needs 1 more square, but if she ended up wanting to do that, that would set her up okay for that.
And here we are, yeah, Magnus being dead, 12-6 currently here for NPT, going for Sanjuan Noble. Oh yeah,
Sanjuan Noble?
That's I was about to say that's another one that people don't
that's
like me
a joke
saying.
one, yeah.
No,
okay.
I that's how I generally say it, but people
You
don't.
say Sanjuan Noble genuinely?
Yeah.
I respect it. A power move. This is a nice fight of Crucible Knight. I like the just where it is. I think it's
It's very pretty.
Yeah. I don't like though that you can't knock this guy off, right? A lot of bosses in this game have like fall protection.
Yeah.
Which is so dumb.
I mean, it's also kind of makes sense because if you just have like a boss you place anywhere and they just like instead of fighting them every single boss, they just knock them off the edge. It'd be kind of silly too, you know.
Put a fence or something.
But what?
So that you can't fall. Like I think it's annoying when you can fall but the boss can't fall.
Oh yeah.
Like if the boss shouldn't fall, then you should. Wait, this guy just did the tail, didn't he?
No, he just did frog. That was frog.
No, but right before the frog.
Did he do tail?
Chat, did he do tail? I thought I saw that. Maybe not.
That's frog. Oh, I'm waiting.
Do they? Oh, the wings is what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah.
So they all have the wings then.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the frog doing? And so now we're gonna go to what is he doing?
I don't.
I'm off.
So what would be the fastest thing for him to do? I mean.
Oh, whoa. A little risky there, but nice strafe from Pup here.
Nice roll there.
I would never roll the shield, by the way. All you got to do is just lock off the camera and then walk around him, and he'll always miss. If you try to keep the camera locked down and then roll the shield attack, sometimes you can just be caught by it. It's really silly how it tracks. There she goes, though.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, wrong button. There we go.
She does still need 1 more. Yeah, it looks like she's gonna get the one in the castle. That's good. That's a nice one.
Yep.
Nice and easy.
And NPT going downstairs now for the Scar Seal Talisman.
Oh my god, this long elevator. The Elden Ring elevators are so long. The actual elevator music, they should put some in.
Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop.
Were you a theater kid? You were an actor, right? But were you like a theater kid?
No, I like film. I don't like doing theater personally.
So you don't do like singing musicals or anything?
Hell no. I can't sing for shit. I wish I could. That's like one of those skills like I wish I could just acquire is singing. But
right.
But I do like film way more than theater for sure. Cause like theater is way more just like blah blah. I'm over here. Look at
very
me.
Very dramatic. Yes.
Yeah, it's like like get the close up of my single tear coming down my face. That's way cooler. You know.
Very cool.
Way more manly of just that single tear. You know.
Yes, of course. Are you saying singing isn't manly?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying full on. No, I'm just messing. Full on crying. Bunch of weenies, guys. Single tear only, man. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think theater acting is like a different skill set almost.
Yeah.
Like it's very dramatic, very specific people are very good at it for sure.
It's a whole nother like energy level that I
Mhm.
don't possess, you know.
Right. Yeah. Especially the singing. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like I could do it if it's a job, but it's not. It is not me. Like you know.
Right.
What about you? Are
Yes.
you like theater? You like watching
Oh,
musicals?
I don't. I like watching musicals. I'm not much of an actor. I'm not much of a singer. People have recently told me to get into voice acting, but every time I'm like, I will play what, an edgy 12-year-old boy or a smoker mom. I don't want either of those.
Hey, you know what? You got to play to your strengths. You know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you can also like alter your voice. You don't have to like stick with your natural. You can like you know, do goofy voices. Those work too.
Yeah. Very good at goofy voices.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if I get bored someday, I'll look into it. But
Fair.
I don't need that. I don't need that right now.
So, are you good at doing like the secretary from Monsters Inc?
You know what? I haven't tried.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Wazowski.
know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. I don't know if I don't remember if I was born with a raspy voice or if it just developed. I don't smoke, so people often think I'm a big smoker. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me, but this is it.
There's nothing wrong with your voice. People have all kinds of different voices, you know?
Right, of course,
just how it is.
right.
That's just how it is.
All right, anyway.
Second Scar Steel Talisman. That is GG's here for NPT.
Mhm.
Grabbing that last Scar Steel Talisman. 13-7. You know, honestly, 13-7 is nothing to sneeze at. That's still really, really good from both of them. I know some people were like, oh my god, this is looking terrible. Honestly, this is a great match. I don't think this is terrible at all. Both of them played fantastically. Just honestly, very unfortunate snipes. Back to back. That happened there for Pup. That Liurnia boss into Grafted Scion was brutal.
And the talismans, she spent a lot of time on squares that she didn't even get, which really sucks. And considering that, like, she caught up pretty well. Yeah, I mean, in a good game, it just happens like that sometimes. Unfortunate when the other player either accidentally or somehow predicts exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It hurts. Yeah.
That's like the one thing. That's like the other thing about bingo is when the mental like tiredness that we talked about, but also like getting sniped and then being like, you know what, that's fine. Let me keep going. You know what, I got sniped again. That's fine. Let me keep on going. That is so hard to do sometimes. Where you're just like, you know what, fuck it. I just end the game, close the timer. I don't care. You know, that's like it's really really hard to keep going. So you know, respect to Pup to just keep you know. Trudging along. Is that the
trudging along? I think it's trudging.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe. I actually don't know. I don't use that saying.
Trucking along. Yeah. There we go.
Isn't trudging like walking through like mud?
Yeah. So trudging. Okay. Anyways, welcome in NPT. GG's, man.
GG's, man.
Hey, GG's. Thank you.
One hell of a match. How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty good. I was dying to Earth Trees before I started, and I died to Earth Trees as I played the game, so...
It'd be like that.
Yeah. So I guess that's my weakness today.
That is fair. Overall, though, fantastic match, though.
Yeah. I would love to know... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, which squares do you know that you sniped, or that you think that you sniped on purpose?
On purpose? Not on purpose. I didn't really. I just. Okay, so 6 Liurnia bosses. I was debating on doing Altus Hero's Grave or 6 Liurnia bosses, and then I pretty much tried to set up so I would get one of them, so I didn't have to do the bow only remembrance. That was going to be a pain. So I guess 6 Liurnia bosses, because Pup didn't get Altus Hero's Grave afterwards. I'm guessing 8 talismans probably too. I don't know about Radon because I kind of bolted to Radon, except for like going for a couple of other things. But I think I got Radon, and then Pup might have went for Dectus, which is kind of what I wanted her to do. When she got the 2 cave grotto. So that way I knew I was going to get the square, because when she got Spirit Ashes only, I was like, okay, well then I have a lot of progress on Dectus, so I'm going to go do Millicent first and then come back. And I think I also did a Black Knife also.
Yep.
And then got the Dectus. So I was kind of calculating what the time was that I needed to make sure to get the Dectus square.
Yeah, that was very cool. I was like, wow, you really calculated that. So you sniped her on that no, you didn't snipe her on that. You sniped her on 6 bosses in Liurnia, just barely.
Yeah.
Like, she fought Smaragd as her last boss.
Okay.
She like killed him at the same time that you did almost. And then
If
you
I didn't
got
die
that.
to the Erd Tree, it would but
that would have been a little different, but
Yeah.
that was really close. And the talisman also was very, very close. So she spent a lot of time on those squares that she didn't get, which really sucks for her.
Yeah. Just overall, very
yeah.
devastating
Oh, wow.
blocks for sure. But
do you know if she was gonna go for the round table talismans?
I don't know. We can bring her in right now and ask her.
Okay, sure.
Welcome in, Pup. By the way, GG's.
Welcome.
GG Pup.
GG, Tom. Well played.
Pup, how do you feel overall about the match? I know it was a tough match, getting sniped left and right, but overall, I think still you played great. Anything specific that kind of like ruined your momentum? Was it the Dectus, or was it the Liurnia bosses?
It was mostly the Leonia bosses. Like, I mean, it was a one hit, and I whiffed so many attacks on Smaragd. It was actually so insane. So, like, literally just the one mistake less, and I would have had it. And, yeah, the rest already, like, Talismans was also a little sad, but I wasn't too mad about that because I didn't really waste time on it, because all the Talismans I got were pretty much right on the way. But like with the Leonia bosses, it was just, oh my god, I'm just annoyed at myself for not playing that a bit better. But I don't know. Overall, I think it was a pretty alright match, and Tom just played better, so he deserves to be in the finals. And yeah, GG.
Gotcha. Yeah, when it came to the Liurnia fight, you both literally staggered your bosses at the same time. And then NPT's riposte actually killed Erdtree Avatar, and then Pup's riposte literally left a Smaragd with one hit.
Wow.
So yeah, it was literally just like riposte diff pretty much at that moment, which was really, really tough for sure. But I still think you did it. You played great, even for being sniped back to back from Liurnia bosses into Grafted Scion. Still grabbing some squares after that was I think great that you didn't really give up and still kind of made some great presence on the board.
Yeah,
I am curious, why did you go for Smaragd? I think you had a couple more bosses open that are just, in my opinion, a little easier. Are you just confident in it, or it was closer?
well, I don't really think like any of the other bosses would have been much faster. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I was thinking of doing the Erdtree Avatar, but like, yeah, Smaragd was just the closest, but in the end, like, because like to the Erdtree Avatar you also have to like run quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like I think in the end it really wouldn't have made much of a difference what I went for, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe something else would have been way better.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the dragons fly a lot, and it's just the RNG is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, yeah, you do have to run pretty far for the Erdtree Avatar. So that's fair.
Yeah, I was also thinking Knight's Calf, but like Knight's Calf can meme you like crazy as well, so I just felt like, yeah, Dragon can meme you as well, but you staggered, it's almost dead, so ends right there. But in the end, maybe, and like the RNG wasn't even that bad, right? It was just
Yeah.
I just missed so many hits. I could have staggered him way earlier if I didn't miss so many attacks. I mean, it was literally just like, I don't know, a skill issue. Like, you can't say it any other way. It is what it is, and you know.
I mean, you still played pretty well, all things considered. Like, don't give yourself that.
Yeah, Pup, I want to see your point of view. I bet you played incredible.
Thanks. Yeah,
It's just the
it's
snipes.
just, yeah,
It
I don't know.
hurts, yeah.
It was just like a few things, and I don't know. In the end, like, better player won, and it's like I'm just saying. I'm just saying that not to put myself down, but more to say like Tom deserved that win. He played really well, and yeah, GG.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tom pretty much
Appreciate that.
no mistake besides that Erdtree death. Everything else was, I think that was your single death throughout that whole run. So that was.
I think that was the only death. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very well played for sure. I was kind of I wasn't sure your choice, by the way. Pop didn't grab the katana check in Catacombs, but you did with it being Dragon Scale Blade, and I was kind of
Yeah.
curious if you're gonna be changing from the Alabaster to the Dragon Scale just based on stat requirements. But you did stick with the Alabaster, so I was kind of curious what your thought was there. Like, did you consider it at all, or were you like, okay, never mind, I already have Alabaster, I'm just going to commit to that instead?
Tap R2s are insanely good with the Alabaster.
Yeah.
Even without the int requirement, the stamina usage of that weapon, even with charge R2s, is like less than like great curved swords that you can wield. It's like ridiculous, and it's fast too. And luckily it staggers the Black Knife assassins as well. I was curious what weapon Pup ended up using, because there was Alabaster, there was Dragon Scale Blade, there was Dragon's Halberd. This seed had everything pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the Alabaster from the starting class, and I didn't even do any weapon checks because like
Yeah, same.
Why?
Yeah,
Right.
pretty
like
much.
I love Alabaster. I think it's one of the best weapons to use just for the points damage and stamina, as you just said. So yeah, don't need anything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you both have played really well. I know MPT still has another game, but Pup, you were really good the entire season. It's just, I mean, everyone is so good. It's just, you know, there can only be a top 3, but like I don't want to be cheesy, but like everyone deserves it. Like honestly, everyone is so good in their own ways, and everyone has their own skill sets. Don't feel too bad. It's just how it works out. That's just how bingo is. But you're really good, and I hope you're not too down on yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's really sweet. I appreciate it. And yeah, I really appreciate being part of this thing. Honestly, it was one of the most fun things I've ever done on Twitch. So thank you so much, Domo, for having me in the event, and everyone for organizing it, and all the commentators and all the other people who've practiced with me and everything, all the viewers. And yeah, it's just really awesome experience overall.
Well, I appreciate that. Glad you liked it so much. Anything else you'd like to have as your closing statement, by the way, Pup? You can shout out your channel if you like, or whatever you're working on in the future. Anything specific, you're more than welcome to go ahead and do that now if you like.
Not really. I mean, that was kind of my closing statement.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll just go back to no-hit runs now, I guess, and maybe some. I'm actually probably gonna chill with some probably translated mod first of the best.
Hell yeah.
Finally something else for at
Yeah.
least one playthrough, because I've literally been breathing Elden Ring for the past I don't know, since I got invited. So yeah.
Well, have fun. You deserve it. You deserve some chill time.
Yeah, for sure. With that being said, though, thank you so much for playing, both of you. Thanks so much for participating, Pup. And NPT, we'll see you in about, I would say, 10 minutes. We're going to go on a quick break here, and then we'll move into the second match of the day, Bree versus NPT. I like how that rhymes. And then, yeah, we'll go into that. So give yourself about 10 minutes, and we'll be back. All right?
All right, sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.